Have you ever wondered why some people in their 50s suddenly find their muscles getting weaker while others stay strong and active? Or maybe you've asked yourself if there's a simple way to hold on to your muscle mass as you get older. These are important questions, and I promise we'll answer them in this video. The short explanation behind muscle loss after age 50 is that our bodies naturally go through changes in hormones, activity levels, and diet. But there's also a simple food that many people overlook, something that can help slow or even reverse this muscle loss. If you stay with me, you'll discover what that food is, how it helps your muscles, and how to start using it right away. According to recent studies from organizations like the National Institute on Aging, after you turn 50, you can lose about 1 to 2% of your muscle each year if you don't pay attention to your diet and lifestyle. That might not sound like a lot at first, but over 10 or 20 years, it can seriously affect your strength, balance, and overall health. Another fact from nutrition experts suggests that if you aren't eating enough high-quality protein, your muscles may shrink faster. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll have a practical plan that can help you hold on to your muscles and maybe even build them back up. I know that might sound like a big promise, but the science is very clear. With the right kind of protein and some simple daily habits, you can do a lot to keep your muscles from disappearing. Let's talk about why our muscles shrink in the first place. One major reason is a condition called sarcopenia, which refers to age-related muscle loss. Sarcopenia isn't just about getting older, though. It's also influenced by how much exercise you get, the nutrients you take in, and how your hormones change as time goes by. In men, testosterone goes down, and in women, estrogen changes can also lower the body's ability to maintain muscle. On top of that, growth hormone levels tend to drop with age, so your body doesn't repair or build muscle as quickly as it used to. Another factor that speeds up muscle loss is a more sedentary lifestyle. Many people after 50 reduce their exercise routines or even stop them altogether, often because they believe intense exercise might be harmful, or they simply lose the habit due to busy schedules or achy joints. Unfortunately, once physical activity is lowered, your body has less reason to keep your muscle mass. Muscles respond to regular use. When you challenge them, they grow or maintain themselves, and when you don't, they weaken over time. Diet also plays a vital role. Protein is the building block of muscle, so if you don't consume enough of it, your body can break down muscle tissue to get the amino acids it needs. Older adults may eat less protein because they have smaller appetites or because their sense of taste has changed. This problem can get worse if people also eat fewer calories overall, which means less protein at each meal. There's also a type of muscle resistance that happens as we age. Our bodies become less effective at using protein for muscle repair and building. This is why many experts recommend that people over 50 eat more protein than younger adults, just to keep the same level of muscle health. A huge part of this story involves certain amino acids, which are the smaller units that come together to form proteins. One amino acid, called leucine, is especially important because it sends a strong signal to your muscles that it's time to rebuild. When you're younger, moderate amounts of leucine might be enough to kickstart muscle repair. But in older adults, the muscles don't respond as strongly, so consuming foods with higher levels of leucine can make a big difference. You might be thinking, okay, this all makes sense, but what is that one food that is so important for people over 50? The answer might surprise you. It's high-quality dairy protein, specifically something called whey protein. Whey is found in dairy, and it's well known for being very rich in essential amino acids, including leucine. It's also easy to digest, which is helpful for older adults who might struggle with heavier protein sources like large portions of meat. Whey protein can be found in protein powders, which you can add to shakes or smoothies, in certain types of yogurt, especially strained yogurts like Greek yogurt, or even in some cheeses, though cheese also has fats and sodium to keep in mind. Before we go deeper into whey protein, Let's talk about how the scientific community has studied it. Researchers have looked at the protein digestibility corrected amino acid score, PDCAAS, which is a way to measure how well a protein can meet the human body's needs. Whey protein scores very high on the PDCAAS scale because it has the right balance of amino acids and is easily absorbed. For older adults, this can be a game changer because if you don't digest protein well, you won't get the amino acids you need to maintain or build muscle. Studies have also compared different protein sources, like whey and collagen. Collagen is great for joint support, and it has some benefits for muscle health, but it may not trigger muscle growth as effectively as whey does because it's lower in certain essential amino acids. Another benefit of many dairy products is that they come packaged with other nutrients like calcium and vitamin D, which are crucial for bone health. Since bones and muscles work together, having stronger bones can help you keep up better exercise habits and reduce your risk of injury. Now, you might ask, how do I use whey protein in my daily life? Fortunately, it's quite easy. Many people like to add a scoop of whey protein powder to a smoothie in the morning. You can blend it with fruit, leafy greens, and maybe some nut butter for a filling meal that's also high in protein. If you're not into protein powders, you could choose Greek yogurt, which is naturally high in protein, or cottage cheese, which can be a nice snack or a lunch option. You could also have a moderate amount of cheese in your meals, as long as you pay attention to the overall calories and sodium it contains. Of course, just eating more whey protein alone won't magically keep your muscles from disappearing. The body needs a reason to keep or build muscle, which is where exercise, and especially resistance training, comes into play. Resistance training means you're using some form of weight or resistance to make your muscles work harder. This could be weightlifting, using resistance bands, or even body weight exercises like push-ups, squats, and lunges. If you combine resistance training with a higher protein intake, your body becomes much more efficient at building and repairing muscle fibers. Studies show that people over 50 who do both of these see bigger improvements in muscle mass and strength compared to people who only do one or the other. If you're finding this advice valuable, please remember to like this video, share it with friends or family who might benefit, and consider subscribing to the channel. Every bit of support helps us continue making videos that bring research-based solutions for healthier aging. Let's look more closely at some of the data behind whey protein and muscle maintenance. Several reviews published in respected nutrition journals have found that when older adults consume more than 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of their body weight per day, they tend to see improvements in muscle mass and function, especially when paired with exercise. Some experts even recommend going up to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight if your main goal is to maintain or build muscle. To get a little more concrete, if you weigh 70 kilograms, about 154 pounds, aiming for 1.2 grams per kilogram means you'd need about 84 grams of protein each day. That might sound like a lot at first, but if you spread it out over 3 meals and a snack, it becomes quite doable. For instance, you could aim for around 20 to 25 grams of protein at breakfast, 20 to 25 grams at lunch, 20 to 25 grams at dinner, and then another 10 to 15 grams in a snack or post-workout shake. The key is spreading out your protein intake, rather than eating most of it in one sitting, because your muscles can only use so much protein at once to build and repair tissue. Let's talk about a typical day for someone who wants to follow this advice. At breakfast, you could start with a smoothie that includes a scoop of whey protein, some fresh fruit like berries, or a banana, a handful of spinach, and maybe a tablespoon of peanut butter for healthy fats. That one shake could easily have 20 to 30 grams of protein. Then, at lunch, you might have a salad with grilled chicken breast or a bowl of cottage cheese, along with some vegetables. This meal would add another 20 to 25 grams of protein. In the afternoon, you might have a Greek yogurt with nuts or seeds as a snack, adding another 15 to 20 grams. Finally, for dinner, you could enjoy a piece of fish or a lean cut of meat, along with steamed vegetables and possibly a small serving of brown rice. By the end of the day, you'll likely hit your protein target and provide your muscles with steady nourishment. Now, I want to address some people's concern about dairy. Some older adults are lactose intolerant or have a hard time digesting milk products. The good news is that many whey protein supplements come in forms that are very low in lactose, such as whey isolate, which can be easier to digest. Greek yogurt is also often lower in lactose than regular milk. If you absolutely can't handle dairy, there are plant-based protein powders made from sources like pea, soy, or hemp. However, you'll want to check if they have enough essential amino acids, especially leucine. Some plant-based protein powders add extra leucine to help match the benefits of whey. Another worry might be that eating too much protein can harm your kidneys or bones. Most research shows that as long as you don't already have severe kidney disease, a higher protein intake is generally safe, and it can actually help maintain bone density when combined with enough calcium. Of course, it's always wise to check with your doctor if you have any specific medical conditions before making big changes to your diet. So, at this point, you're probably thinking, whey protein is obviously important, but how quickly will I see results? This can vary from person to person, but studies on older adults who increase their protein intake and do resistance training often show improvements in muscle strength and size within 8 to 12 weeks. That's a fairly short amount of time when you consider that muscle decline can happen continuously for years if nothing is done to stop it. You might notice you can lift heavier grocery bags, climb stairs more easily, or perform daily tasks with less fatigue. And while it might start slowly, these small gains can add up to a much stronger, more independent life down the road. Another piece of the puzzle is managing chronic inflammation. Low-grade inflammation is common as we get older, and it can speed up muscle breakdown. Diets that include antioxidant-rich foods, like fruits, vegetables, and certain spices, and high-quality protein sources can help keep this inflammation in check. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel, also fight inflammation and might help protect muscle tissue. It's worth repeating. Your best chance of slowing down or reversing muscle loss after 50 is a combination of good nutrition and resistance exercise. But you also shouldn't ignore other healthy habits, like getting enough sleep, managing stress, and staying hydrated. When you're sleep deprived, your body doesn't produce and regulate hormones as effectively, and that can worsen muscle loss. Chronic stress can raise cortisol, a hormone that can break down muscle tissue. And if you're dehydrated, all sorts of functions in the body suffer, including muscle performance. Let's summarize a simple plan. First, figure out how much protein you need. A useful guideline is to aim for around 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily. If you don't want to do complex math, just try to include a good protein source in every meal and a protein-rich snack. Second, decide how you'll include whey protein or other high-quality protein in your day. Maybe that's a morning smoothie, a post-workout shake, or swapping sour cream for Greek yogurt in recipes. Third, start a basic resistance training program, even if it's just at home. Bodyweight exercises, light weights, or resistance bands can all be great choices. Try doing these exercises at least 2 or 3 days a week, focusing on your major muscle groups: legs, back, chest, arms, shoulders, and core. Fourth, monitor your progress. After a few weeks of consistent protein intake and exercising, see if you notice improvements in strength or energy. You can even measure your muscle progress by tracking how many push-ups you can do, how heavy your grocery bags feel, or how easy it is to climb stairs. Fifth, don't give up. Muscle health is a long-term investment. It might take time, and you might face setbacks like busy schedules, minor injuries, or changes in motivation. But each time you choose to maintain your protein intake and keep exercising, you're banking on a stronger, healthier future. When you combine all these steps, you give your body every reason to hang on to your muscle or even build new muscle tissue. You'll also likely see other health benefits, such as better balance and a reduced risk of falls. Staying active and well-fed supports your cardiovascular health, mental well-being, and overall vitality. And remember, this isn't just about looking good in a mirror. Maintaining muscle as you age helps with every part of life, from carrying groceries to playing with grandchildren or even just walking around the neighborhood without getting tired. If you haven't done so yet, now is a great time to like this video, share it with friends or family who might find it helpful, and subscribe to the channel. We focus on practical, research-backed tips to help you live a longer, healthier life. Finally, let's make one more important note. Always listen to your body. If you have existing medical conditions, talk to a healthcare professional before making drastic changes to your diet or exercise routine. The tips shared here are based on general research and might need to be adjusted for your individual needs. But no matter your current state, small gradual changes can still make a big difference over time. You don't have to become a bodybuilder to keep your muscles healthy. You just need the right nutrients, like high-quality whey protein, and consistent, moderate exercise to remind your body that you still need those muscles. To wrap it all up, muscles often begin to disappear after 50 due to a mix of factors like hormonal changes, reduced exercise, and not getting enough of certain nutrients, especially protein. But there is one specific food that can make a dramatic difference: whey protein, found in dairy products such as protein powders, Greek yogurt, and cottage cheese. Whey is easy to digest, rich in the amino acids your muscles crave, particularly leucine, and conveniently packed with other nutrients that support overall health. When you combine regular whey protein intake with exercises like weightlifting or resistance band workouts, you encourage your body to keep rebuilding muscle fibers. With the right approach, you can see noticeable improvements in strength, energy, and daily function, even if you thought your muscle mass was gone for good. That's the simple recipe for protecting your muscles after 50. Give them high-quality fuel in the form of whey protein or equivalent high-protein foods. Challenge them through resistance training, and maintain a balanced lifestyle that includes enough sleep, hydration, and stress control. If you keep at it, you can defy the common belief that aging has to come with constant weakness. Instead, you can stay active, feel strong, and enjoy a better quality of life well into your later years. And remember, it's never too late to start. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on staying healthy at every age. Thank you for watching, and here's to keeping your muscles strong no matter how many birthday candles are